And so begins one of the most famous riffs in rock and roll history. That's, of course, Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. Ritchie Blackmore was the guitarist for that. It's a fun riff, and most people know it already. What's cool about it is that I played it with power chords, and power chords are another example of movable chords. Power chords are used all the time, especially in rock music. Bands like Green Day, Clash, all those bands use power chords. So what is a power chord? We know that a basic chord, a triad, would be made up of the root note of a scale and the third and the fifth. Power chords just skip that third and are just playing the root note and the fifth. So for example, when we're playing a G power chord right here, our pointer finger is on the G note, which is the third fret, on the low E string, and then our ring finger is going to be on the fifth note, which is the D note on the A string, fifth fret. So, and you hit those two. You can add the octave, and adding the octave just means adding your pinky right below your ring finger. So, and you got another G note there. And that's how you start that. When you're playing it, one of the things to do is you just want to hit the two strings that you're playing. A lot of times just downstrokes. And look, if you hit other strings, it doesn't really matter that much. I use my pointer finger sometimes to rest on the other strings just to make sure that they don't ring out as much. But sometimes I hit them. It doesn't matter that much. It's rock and roll. So that was our G. We slide it up 2, we get an A, and then we slide it up 3 half steps, and we get the B flat. That was the second note we needed. So we went from G to the B flat for Smoke on the Water. We could also play power chords. You could play power chords anywhere, but the most common is going to be on the E string and then on the A string. And the A string, the one we played, we were playing a C power chord. So we were back to the third fret. Our pointer finger is on the A string, third fret, and then our ring finger is on the D string on the fifth fret. Again, we just want to hit those two strings. So one way I do is I kind of cover up that low E string with my thumb, and kind of hope for the best with the rest. All right, that's the other thing we needed. So the G to the B flat, over to the C. And the other note we needed was actually just a half step up from that, a D power chord. So those are the ones we needed. So power chords are really, really useful, good to know. Takes a little bit of practice, but it's fun to play and good for rock. So you'll see them annotated as 5. So you'll see G5, D5, and that just means power chords. The last thing on power chords is, I know on Smoke on the Water, they're not power chords. Ritchie Blackmore does not use power chords. He used fourths. But, you know, that's for another day, another lesson. I think it just kind of sounds cool anyway using power chords, so practice with that and have a good time learning your power chords.